All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Get Bit Podcast, the podcast for blurs, nerds, and everything in between. I am your host, Joe Tennell. We are flying solo tonight. Why are we flying solo? Well, it is the Thanksgiving weekend. If you're listening to this when we just publish it, if not, this is the Thanksgiving weekend for 2023, and Will is celebrating Thanksgiving with his newborn son Obi, as it is his first Thanksgiving. And initially, we weren't actually going to do an episode this weekend, but uh, I'd rather be here doing this than sitting around doing nothing and sharing my holidays with you. Also, I need something to just stay awake. I am so full of turkey, just so unbelievably full of food. And I'd rather not pass out into a food coma. So here we are. We got a good show for you tonight. We got a couple trailers, a couple bit of movie news, and then comics for the week. So let's jump right on over to our first trailer. So, what we just heard, unfortunately, this does not translate out well to the podcast version of the show, but we just looked at the trailer of the Ultimate Spider Man comic book. Marvel actually put out a motion comic style trailer to help promote the book, which does debut in January of next year. This is pretty big because Marvel usually doesn't put out these motion comic trailers for just anything. The last time we did that was when X Men was slowly moving into the Krakoa period and to help promote some of the Hellfire Galas. So this is a pretty big thing. We do know for a fact that Ultimate Spider Man is going to be written by Jonathan Hickman. It will see the reuniting in a comic book style story with Mary Jane and Peter Parker, both married and with two children, which has not been done since Life's Story and the Spider Girl continuity. However, it looks like the son is older than the daughter in this one. Now, we do see that Peter will be fighting the Kingpin. We see that May died as a consequence of Ultimate Evasion. So Peter is older, looks like to be in his mid 20s or late 20s to mid 30s, possibly. Um, the unfortunate part about this is the Green Goblin very much is reminiscent of that of the same Raimi Spider-Man, and the fact that he is designed to look almost very much like a Power Ranger, like very, very heavily Sentai inspired. And I don't know how well that's going to go over with it. The other question we have about this is that his suit changes from the normal spider suit to the symbiote spider suit to the sensational Ben Riley Spider-Man suit to 2099, leading this to be purely conjecture on my part, is that this Ultimate Spider-Man can either suit change and take on those characteristics, or he can tap into the multiverse and take on aspects of other Spider-Man when he needs to. However, that is purely conjecture on my part. Either way, I'm looking forward to the comic. It'll definitely be Sin 3 because, let's face it, Amazing Spider-Man is rather lackluster. The current Dan Slott Spider-Man, while decent, very much insists upon itself and forces Bailey, the new character Bailey, the Spider Boy, down our throats to the point where he is the center focus in books he's not even meant to be in. He literally has his own solo series now. So I am looking forward to reading just a pure, straight up Spider-Man book with Spider-Man. Well, Bailey is a Spider-Man character, but Spider-Man characters I enjoy reading rather than have them forced upon me in continuous fashion. So next up, we're going to be looking at our next trailer here in just a moment. Just got to get it queued on up. And we will be looking at the Justice League Infinite Crisis trailer. Um, don't know how I really feel about this one, mostly because let me go back to full screen real quick. Mostly because I feel that this is kind of unearned. Um, the new Tomorrow Universe continuity of DC Animated Universe feels very, very uneven. And what I mean by that is the movies we've been getting are very much kind of like a year one, year two for each superhero. And then all of a sudden we're in Infinite Crisis, which should be like a year seven, year 10 event in terms of like scale. Uh, so it's coming to a very young Justice League. And as you see from the trailer, we're going to run in just a moment. It's very uneven. So I don't know really how to feel about it. So bear with me and I'll talk about it in just a second after we run the trailer.
Most of you are aware that you live in a reality parallel to many versions of your universe. I've gathered you all to save your world.
Is it as bad as it looks?
Yes. You're needed, Kara.
Something's about to happen. Something major.
The universe. It's all vanishing.
All right, so we learned that this is the first part of a 3-movie trilogy, which I say kudos to them, telling something as wildly huge and expansive and broad as Infinite Crisis would take 3 movies. I applaud them for splitting that up. For those that are in the podcast version, we did just look at the trailer. I did notice some things. I noticed that we have Ted Kord Blue Beetle in there. Amazing Man is part of the normal Justice League in this thing, or at least going to be heavily a part of the film, which is very good because, Amazing Man is not somebody that we get a whole lot of. Make sure I'm saying his name right. Yep, it is Amazing Man. Okay, good. I don't want to misrepresent superheroes. Especially superheroes that are probably inspirational or part of blurred culture. That is something I would like Will to talk on more because he may know about Amazing Man than I do. He's kind of a blind spot for me. But I will do my due diligence to learn about him so that we can talk about it next time we get on. So, that being said, I hope it'll be better than the last one. Warworld was saved for the Wonder Woman spot. I felt it was just a glorified movie trailer to just say, hey, the next movie is Infinite Crisis. Like, I did not enjoy that film outside of the cowboy era Wonder Woman that started the movie. It just wasn't good. Hopefully, this will be better because the Tomorrowverse has actually been pretty decent in the grand scheme of things, save for the Green Lantern movie, but I have my qualms about that, and those are me being petty and personal, and a Kyle Rayner fanboy over anything else. So we'll try to set that aside. All right, next up on trailers, we have South Park. We finally got a gameplay trailer for the upcoming third part of the South Park RPG trilogy. This is going to be South Park Snow Day. So give me a moment. We'll get it queued up.
Hey, you ready to come play another game? Okay, new kid, we have all new rules this time. Now you can play alone or with 3 of your closest friends. Unless you don't have any friends, then you can just join matchmaking and play with randos. Now listen, Clyde has information that the elves are preparing to launch a massive attack on our kingdom. They've been spotted advancing their forces near Stark's Pond. We have to take them out before they kill us out. Good luck.
Yeah, get him, new kid.
They're attacking into a swarm. Show no mercy, new kid. You can't keep running into arrows and stay alive, dumbass.
Okay, very nice, guys.
I know you're hiding something, pal, and we're gonna find out what it is. Weapons are nice, new kid, but this game's also about using cubs. You got Fart Escape, a blast from the axe. Try it out. You've been using that Fart Escape a lot, so be careful with your code. Hey, player 2, he died again.
Well, you're just the best little healer, aren't you? You're making a mistake, Cartman.
Are you denying that you were gearing up your entire army to attack our fucking base?
Says who?
Says Clyde.
And do you always trust what Clyde says?
Hell no, Clyde's a total dumbass.
You're all acting crazy.
Got weapons here.
It's the apocalypse.
Prepare to die.
Kick that fucking elf's ass!
No! Good luck trying to ruin this game. I'm sure you'll manage.
All right, so that was South Park Snow Day. The gameplay trailer does confirm quite a few things. Now I'm less tense about playing this game because originally I believe it was a lot of people thought it was going to be a first-person shooter style thing, and the painful memory of South Park 64. Turns out that's not going to be the case, and we're going to be getting action RPG with drop-in, drop-out co-op, which that seems pretty interesting. I don't know if I'm going to be partaking in that when I play this, but I will definitely give it a shot, as all the South Park RPGs have been very enjoyable. So I do look forward to it. I definitely think I'll be giving it a shot. From there on out, we are done with trailers, so we'll be moving into our nerd news. First up is, get this set up, Karate Kid. And that is that Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan will be starring, who originally starred in separate Karate Kid movies, will now be starring in their own single Karate Kid movie. We are unsure how this works continuity-wise or how this works with Cobra Kai being a thing. So I'm not too sure how that's going to play out. It is slated to be dropping December 13th of 2024 with Jonathan Entwistle directing, with Rob Lieber writing, and Karen Rosenfeld producing. They are also doing for an open casting call to see if they can't get the next Karate Kid just out of the acting world or find a new actor for it. Of course, Ralph Macchio will be playing, once again, resuming the role of Daniel LaRusso, who was the original Karate Kid, and Jackie Chan will be returning to the role of Mr. Han, Kung Fu Master, who was based on Mr. Miyagi from the Jaden Smith, Trey Parker 2010 remake film, Karate Kid, who studied Kung Fu. That one never really made much sense to me, but you know what? It's a spiritual remake as opposed to a direct, so we can let that go. Again, we're not really sure where this fits in continuity with everything because times have changed. Things have happened. Cobra Kai's a thing. So this could be set before Cobra Kai. This could be set after Cobra Kai. It's really hard to say. I definitely think I will give this a chance at the theater. Mostly just because, I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan. I love all his work. I'm liking him less as a person the more that comes out about him, but it's maybe him just settling into being a grumpy old man, because Jackie is unfortunately getting older and older, as are we all. And just the way I hear he treats people is less than cool, unlike when he was younger. So, there's that, which kind of bums me out. It bums me out when your heroes just turn out to be not great people as they move on in their lives, when you admire them so much when you were growing up. I have no idea about Ralph Macchio. I did not keep up with that dude. I barely keep up with Cobra Kai, so I know it exists. I know I need to watch it based on what friends say. I'll get around to it. But new Karate Kid movie on the horizon. Next up, we got Superman casting news. We are going to be talking about both confirmations and so we have one actor that is in talks, and we have two actors that have been confirmed. So first off, let's talk Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult was originally said to have been cast by Deadline. So there is some speculation about this, and hopefully this Variety article will shed some light. So Nicholas Hoult is not confirmed entirely. He is confirmed to be in talks to be Lex Luthor, very much in the same way that Pedro Pascal is in talks to be Reed Richards. Now, hopefully, Nicholas Hoult will be able to play him. Looks like he's got a full slate of stuff coming up. He's got a busy doc. He's starting Clint Eastwood's upcoming during number 2. He's going to be in the Garfield animated feature, which we now know is back to doing voice work as John. He is in Robert Eager's production of Nosferatu opposite Emma Corrin and Aaron Taylor Johnson and Bill Skarsgård. So he's got a lot on his plate before he gets to be able to be Lex Luthor. So he is not confirmed, but we are sure that he is now at least in talks. Do I want him to be Lex Luthor? Sure. I mean, why not? We're having a slightly younger cast. A slightly younger Lex Luthor is always going to be good. Anything's going to be better than Jesse Eisenberg. I promise you that. And plus, we just need to move towards the animated and television versions of Lex Luthor and less away, bringing that old school personality we used to have. Less the Gene Hackman version of Lex Luthor, which, while good, that's a Silver Age version of Lex. We need someone who, like Michael Rosenbaum, who can bring, and Clancy Brown, who can bring that modern age of Lex Luthor, the philanthropist, the evil philanthropist, the guy who's the 12th level intellect, smartest in the room, always needs to know everything and be on top. Not a real estate shark tycoon millionaire, and certainly not someone who's trying to go after Lois Lane all the time. I always thought that was gross. So yeah, no, I'm down for this. I hope he gets the part. I think without the hair and the bald cap, he definitely will look the part. That being said, let's move on to people who are confirmed to be in the Superman movie. And that is Skylar Gisonoto as Jimmy Olsen and Sarah Sampaio as Eve Teschmacher, Mrs. Teschmacher. So the kid who played young Sean in Psych is going to be Jimmy Olsen, and see what this nice lady has done. She is a Portuguese model, played assistant to her love interest Lex Luthor. She was previously brought to life by Valerie Perrine in the Christopher Reeves and Andrea Brooks in the CW Supergirl series. So at least Miss Teschmacher has been around for quite a while. Giznado is best known for HBO's Righteous Gemstones. Paul and Thomas Anderson's Licorice Pizza. And as I stated before, I believe he was Young Sean in the Psych USA series. They have been confirmed in these roles. I look forward to watching them as much as I do everybody else in the upcoming Superman Legacy movie. So, much love to them, and can't wait to see what you guys got coming down the road. And we are going to be covering 2 more articles tonight because I just found out about this, and I can't wait to learn everything about it. That is that Alien is going to be coming back. Alien Romulus, which was originally slated to be a Hulu movie, very much in the vein of Predator's Prey, was slated to be a Hulu series, but the scale grew so big, it will now be a fully feature film, which is slated for August 16th of 2024. It will be directed by Fede Alvarez, who helped co-write this movie and was also the director of Don't Breathe and the 2013 remake of The Evil Dead, which is very good and ungodly terrifying. So he is looking to turn the Alien film back into its horror roots. We are getting this from the Nerdist because they have a good correlation of information about this film. This is one of the films that did get delayed as a result of the strike. So their filming was delayed, and now we'll start filming in February. We know, as like I just said, directed Don't Breathe and 2013's Evil Dead. He also co-wrote the script with Rodo Sayguis. Ridley Scott will be producing, executive producer on the film. We also have the cast. The cast will be starring a bunch of young people. Apparently, this is going to be young people who are either stranded on a planet with xenomorphs, or young people are sent to start up a colony, and the colony, unfortunately, is near a xenomorph hive. All we know, it's young people, it's young adults versus xenos, so that part kind of ends me, but, you know, I'm open to it. So it's looking to star Kaylee Spiney of Mayor of Easttown. She will be joining the cast of David Johnson, Archie Renoir, Isabella Mercedes, and Spike Fern, and Eileen Wu. Looks like the release date, as I said, has been confirmed to be August 16th of 2024. I really look forward to this. I'm a huge Aliens fan. I recently just got through listening to audiobooks about the Alien universe. I'm on my 3rd, and I'm currently replaying Alien Isolation on the hardest difficulty. I cannot climb a staircase at the moment because the Xeno keeps catching me, and it's the very right. As soon as the Xenomorph is introduced, I can start to die constantly. I'm not that great at it. So what other news do we have? Well, we still have more Alien news. And that is that. Let me bring it up real quick. Alien is going to be shattering release records in 2024 and 2025. Disney is really going to be pushing behind this because they see it as another viable franchise. Because let's face it, they are struggling right now with their other franchises. Star Wars is a little lacking, and Marvel is definitely starting to lag a little bit. So they are turning to some of their other IP. And Alien, despite its shaky history at best, although I do believe that Alien 3 and Resurrection should be re-examined on quality. They were not often well received, but I think enough time has passed where we may be able to take a bit of a look at them. Unfortunately, one of them, Resurrection, is directed by Joss Whedon, so you can only go so far with that one. But Alien 3 definitely needs to be re-examined. And if you have Audible, definitely give the Alien 3 audiobook a try. So what that is they took the original script of Alien, which actually focused Alien 3 more on Hicks than Ripley, Hicks, and Bishop. And it is a full audiobook starring Michael Biehn and not Lance. I never get his actor's name correctly. Lance Henriksen. I never do that. I always do the other person. So Lance Henriksen gets to come back. And it's just a nice adventure. It's only an hour and a half listen, so I would definitely recommend that. Anyways, release windows. It looks like we're definitely, as I said already, the movie is going to be scheduled for 2024, and we will be getting an Alien franchise TV series on Hulu that has already started filming. Let me see if I can find. Says anything. Alien will likely premiere. There we go. Alien TV series. This was actually not too long ago this month. All right, so Alien TV show sets aside on early 2025 premiere. This is once again got stalled out because of SAG-AFTRA. And we will use that as the podcast image for the day. Yoink. The film will be a prequel to the 1979 film, expected to take place there. Show's production was slated for 2023, but was delayed due to the SAG-AFTRA strike. Planned to resume production in January and shoot in July, with an expected air date to possibly the first half, so either spring or summer of 2025. FX's Fargo's Noah Hawley is going to be serving as both showrunner, writer, and director. The upcoming FX series is going to be serving as a prequel set 70 years before the event of the first film. Cast will include Sidney Chandler in the lead role alongside Alex Lothar, Samuel Blinken, Essie Davis, Artish Gorav, and Kit Young. Production for the series was already started in July, but again, halted due to the SAG-AFTRA strike. A new interview, Haley revealed that the show has in plan to resume filming in 2024. The article will be seen there. As for why, again, numerous things happened that have stalled out the Alien franchise, such as the Covenant films just not being very good. Alien vs. Predator being PG-13, Alien vs. Predator 2 being so dark you could not see what was happening in the film itself, making the film unwatchable, not in terms of quality, I mean visually. So, I can't wait. Again, huge Alien fan. Really looking forward to what we got going on. I cannot wait. Just cannot wait. So from there, guys, we are going to be just shifting over to comics. I am sorry if we were breezing past everything. I just want to put out a nice little news blip for you guys and talk about some comics and show some clips. We will be back to our normal show pretty soon. But for this week's comics, once again, brought to us by the lovely people over at Rick's Comic City. Love them to death. I'm about to go see them tomorrow, grab my comic book box and everything. So, first off, we have issue 2 of Godzilla vs. Kong vs. the Justice League. This is written by Brian Bocello and art by Christian Deuce, with colors by Luis Guerrero. So we finally get the fight between Godzilla and Superman. It goes about exactly what you think. Godzilla may or may not be controlled. He may just be, reacting to being on a new world. And trying to immediately establish his reign as king of the world. There are also other kaiju around the area, most notably and purely coincidentally a bat kaiju in Gotham. What are the chances? That being said, I still really enjoy this as a different style of Justice League. I dig it. The deeper thoughts in here is this is not a great book to introduce people to the Justice League to, because this universe is, pardon me. This universe of Justice League is not very different, is not the usual attitudes we are accustomed to with some characters. So there's that. Shazam makes a pretty fun appearance in this. It's fun. I'm going to keep going because I'm already knee deep in the Monarch universe, so I might as well continue to be a part of this because I think this technically counts as in continuity to everything else going on in the Monsterverse and the Monarch universe. So definitely recommend. Moving on, we have Superman number 8, written by Josh Williamson, art by Gleb Menkelov and Norm Rapmund, David Bowdon and Jamal Campbell, coloring by Alejandro Sanchez and Jamal Campbell. So they are still fighting the Change. The Change is still going after Lex Luthor. We do get to see what the Change's powers are, and they surprisingly give a link to Superboy, Connor Kent, not John Kent. John Kent is nowhere to be seen because he's caught up in the upcoming Titans event of Beast World. So no John Kent, definitely Connor Kent, my Superboy. Not to say that I don't like John. I like all the super people, but if I'm going to have to pick any particular person to be my favorite out of the super family, it's Power Girl. No, we see that Connor has an intrinsic tie to the new villain, the Chained, and just the battle continues against him. Very good book. Good book. I enjoyed it. It's a pretty book. It's prettier than it is a better read. I will say that. I believe Josh Williamson still has an excellent voice. For all the super characters, I just find it odd that this is how we learned how Connor's powers come from. It's weird, but I dig it. All right, Wonder Woman number 3. I do once again have to give a trigger warning to this. This does have a portrayal of suicide in the book, so please read this at your own caution. Other than that, hello. Zoom in here because I cannot read this. We are not zooming in for the reason you people think. Please get your head out of the gutter if you're on the video version of this. So, this is written by Tom King with art by Daniel Sampere, cards by Tamu Mori. What can I say? This book continues to be just unrivaled in terms of quality and art. This is my pick of the week. We still got other books we got to look at, but Wonder Woman 3 is my pick of the week. Wonder Woman just takes the fight directly to Sarge Steel and just goes through an entire office of military just so nonchalantly, it's hilarious. Meanwhile, the new villain, the President of the United States, which is a phrase I never thought I'd be saying, talks to a young soldier and using his black lasso of truth, makes him believe that Wonder Woman has emasculated him enough to the point where the soldier needs to commit suicide to further the war on the Amazons. I am of two minds of this. I believe that the story overall is good. Sorry about the truck in the background. I believe the story in this book is very good. I believe that this is a book you should absolutely be reading. Just because of everything that's going on in our world currently is very well reflected in this book to a degree. Again, though, I do have to very much emphasize we do have a depiction of suicide in this, and that can be very tough for a lot of people. So Please read at your own discretion. We do have, however, a wonderful backup in the book where it shows a very young Trinity, which is Wonder Woman's daughter, being babysat by John and Damian, and she goes on an adventure with Damian as a mini Robin, and they take on Killer Croc together, and it's adorable, especially because she is very, very young. I believe Trinity's only supposed to be like 4 or 5, so she has that penchant of all kids do that grow up with superheroes and name all their attacks. So guys, be aware, do not get caught by the Trinity kick. Poor Waylon did, and he was not great for it. So very adorable, and it looks like next issue we will be jumping into the future and dealing with Wonder Woman's daughter Trinity herself. So as a teenager, so please look forward to that. But guys, definitely give this a look. Just please be aware of the content warning. That's all I can say to you. Next up, we got Incredible Hulk number 6. This is written by, and everything's going badly. There we go. This is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with art by Nick Klein and colors by Matt Wilson. We are introduced to a new Ghost Rider because why not? A village is being attacked by demons. This Hulk book continues to be a horror book. And Hulk and his new companion happen upon the village. And because Hulk is a gamma-rated monster, and it looks like the monsters that are attacking the village are also gamma, we see the bike can bestow upon anybody a spirit of vengeance from that of a World War II soldier. It's pretty fun. I will definitely continue to support this. I will also say this is quite possibly the most grotesque transformation I have ever seen the Hulk take to go from Banner to Hulk in my life. So bravo to you guys in the art department and the script and Mr. Johnson and his scripting, because his newest transformation of going from Banner to Hulk is utter terrifying body horror. Just gives me the creeps. Just ugh. So let's take a shift to the other side of the Gamma coin. We are looking at the Sensational She-Hulk number 2. This is written by Rainbow Rowell. Rainbow Rowell. I actually had to listen to an interview to get her name pronounced. With art by Andreas Gallant, and colors by D. Kniffy. The Hulk makes a guest appearance in She-Hulk. Jen, already having enough going on with her life, does not need Bruce stomping around and making her life even harder. And Bruce is just like, well, look, I'm here for you because I keep sensing a She-Hulk tracking me. Well, it turns out it's not Jen. It's that gamma-rated science couple from the midway through part of Sensational She-Hulk, from She-Hulk during Rainbow's original run. And she is back in a full-blown yellow Hulk form. So that's interesting. Also, we have a backup with Wyatt Wingfoot of the Fantastic Four, who's a very lesser-known character in the history of the Fantastic Four universe, but very fun little mini adventure with Jen and Wyatt Wingfoot. Definitely recommend this. She-Hulk just continues to be fun. Moving on over, we have Immortal X-Men number 17, written by Kieran Gillian, art by Juan Jose Rip, and colors by David Crowell. The long and short of this one, guys, is we now can confirm which mutants are still infected with the Sinister virus and which mutants are not. Meanwhile, in the White Hot Room, Mother Righteous finally makes her move. Jean Grey is kind of okay. And Hope and Exodus are doing their best to keep everything together. I really, really enjoyed this. I thought it was a little confusing for a little bit, but the White Hot Room always manages to do that. I do like that we are slowly starting to move towards the end game in a lot of these books because Mother Right is starting to make her move. Seems right at this point. I just don't know where they're going to be going with this too much longer because I don't know if Jean is dead or alive anymore or if anybody is dead or alive since they're in the White Hot Room. That's been made very unclear. So hopefully we'll be getting answers soon. But the art blows everything away. The cover's gorgeous. The story's fine. It's just very confusing on how we move forward. Next up, we have Invincible Iron Man number 12. This is written by Jerry Duggan with guest art by Ig Gurara. Cars by Brian Valens. Just the long and short of this is Riri pays a visit to Tony and gets into a psychic battle with Emma Frost via, I guess it's the Rings of the Mandarin, because Riri is not immune, does not have psychic abilities, so she was wearing rings on her hand that gave her the ability to get into combat with Emma on the psychic plane, which we all know is a bad idea. So yeah, just more fun on there. This is probably one of the very few times I've really enjoyed an Iron Man book. Mostly because how well this ties into the X-Men series. So if you guys get a chance to go pick it up and trade, please do so. You will not regret it. And then finally tonight, Void Rivals. This is written by Robert Kirkman with art by Lorenzo De Felici and colors by Matthias Lopez. Our two characters have escaped jail and are now basically just reenacting Escape from New York, Escape from LA with a little bit of a twist on the Warriors. They got to get to a certain point on the planet to escape the planet into a more neutral zone. Meanwhile, the pig alien bounty hunter from Transformers continues to be a central focus in a B plot line where he has gone to the Quintesson homeworld of Quintessa to try and bargain for money to make a living. Because, I mean, he's a bounty hunter. He holds no ill will in the grand scheme of things. He's just trying to, live his life as a mercenary and pick up some work. So he brings the ship that the two cobbled together, alerting the Quintessons that another race experiment that they had, which they thought died out over the course of the multiple millions of years passing, is still alive and functioning, and now they're interested in seeing what the race is up to. This is a great tie-in to Transformers. It's interesting to see what's going on. I am really digging this. I wish, and this is the bad part about for me, and I don't think this is the quality of the book. I think this is just me, is I am still having a hard time learning their names and differentiating the two, which seems bad, but it's really not. That's more of a me thing. I'm just kind of mostly trying to do this more. This is more of part of the prep for the show on my end. Because much like Will, I am very, very busy with my job, and I can pay attention to some books more than others because I've grown up with like the X-Men and Spider-Man and other characters. But new books, unless they're like big, big things, I kind of skim in order to prepare for the show, but still want to try to give an honest opinion about it. And I do like Void Rivals. I think it's a very good entry point into a unique perspective in the world that hosts both the Transformers and G.I. Joe, and I will do better to remember characters' names next time we recommend Void Rivals on the show. But guys, that's it. Thank you for entertaining me for as long as you have. We'll be back next week with a proper show with Will and I. We do want to definitely shout out everybody at Blurred Station. Please go be a part of that. Stick with them long enough, you'll get to own a part of Blurred Station itself. Vaughn with Big VZE, he's doing beats and whatnot. Go check him out. As always, go to your local comic book store and support them. If you can't get out to them, hit up a local library. They got everything everybody else does and more. And do your due diligence and read a banned book. because they're banned for a reason, and that makes them even worth reading even more. So, guys, I'll see you next time, and thank you so much for watching.